Good afternoon, Entre Nation. This is Ross Smith back here again with day 5 of the 90-day video challenge. It is currently 5:42 p.m. on January 20th, 2021. Now I'm going to get right into the quote of the day. Very short and sweet. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You can't expect things to be different by still going through the same motions you go through every day. Even small steps towards a better, a change, a better direction in your life. Small steps add up to be very large leaps. You just have to take enough of them. Nothing changes if nothing changes. You must change yourself so that change may radiate out into the world, start affecting your life in much, much more positive ways. Now, I want to talk about my day for a little bit. And my day really started last night. Now I'm currently reading Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And the chapter that I completed yesterday before going to sleep was about sleep and was about how to wake up more energized and focused and determined and motivated. And what I really got from it was that affirmations and mindset and just telling yourself that you're going to wake up and feel motivated and have the energy and you're going to be able to accomplish what you have on your plate for that day. He gives you the steps, the tools, and the guides to appropriately go about it. It's as easy as just, when you're laying your head down at night, just take a deep breath, relax. Just start saying, no matter how much sleep I get, whether it be 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, whatever, I'm going to wake up ready to attack my day. I'm going to wake up with the energy to spring out of bed and attack my day. I'm ready to get after it. I'm going to have the energy, the motivation, and the discipline to do that thing, whatever it is. You're going to wake up and you're going to feel energized and motivated. I highly recommend this book. I have only gone through 2 or 3 chapters of it, but I've been recommended it many a time, and I've finally, caved and finally started reading it, and I'm very glad I did. After I'm done with this, I'm going to crack into another chapter. Did it work, though? It was tough because I don't think I believed myself. I don't think I had enough faith in myself and my ability to actually wake up energized. But I'm not going to stop trying because there's testimonials from, himself, the author, and many other miracle morning practitioners. Is that what they call them? Miracle mourners? That sounds sad. But I digress. It's a good book. I'm sure it's going to get even better. And I'm ready to dive back into this. But my day started out a little bit of a hiccup. One of my coworkers did not show up for work today, and so I had to cover her shift. Not her shift, but really her position, So I had to do something I'm not very acquainted or really comfortable with, and that threw a wrench in my whole plan for the day. But 5 minutes into it, I realized it's really not that hard. I've done this before. This exact scenario has played out a couple of times before this, and eventually it was just like doing my current regular job. It was perfectly fine. In some ways it was easier. There were some things that were challenging and just some things that I'm not used to having to do, and it's good. It's good to be challenged, and it's good to welcome challenges with a ready mind and a ready kind of with your fists up. You know, you're ready to fight back to this challenge. You're ready to not let it overtake you. You know, that reminds me, I was scrolling social media today, and I saw this picture, or I guess, no, it was a tweet from an EDM artist, a DJ, that said she was so nervous one time before a show. That's just something bad was going to happen. That's just, she was shaking, that she was so scared. But, you know, right when she went out, started playing her music, boom, the speakers blow. The music stops. She said in that moment, what she felt was not, was not nearly as, you know, traumatizing or depressing or scary than worrying about it. Because she knew how to fix it too. You know, and the show went on. The show must go on. You know, I mean, I don't know what she thought was going to happen, but, you know, for music, for a DJ, you know, their speakers blowing is kind of like the worst thing that can happen. But she sprung in, accepted that challenge with ready fists, and just attacked it. Got back on stage, played her set, you know, and killed it. It's worrying. Worrying doesn't do really any good. It really doesn't. Because the moment when it comes, it's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be as bad as the worrying. You know, and I think that's good. Like some good knowledge to have, at least to try to apply. You know, that stuck with me. It did. It jogged. You know, it stuck in my memory. You know, I remembered it right now. You know, but I think the last thing that I want to discuss today, before this, I just got off FaceTime with one of my friends that works for a huge company. You know, very big one. Doesn't matter what it is, but he has to do his end of the year surveys for his bosses. And it's all anonymous, and it's all it's strange. And what I'm really trying to get at is a big versus small company mindset. Big companies, there's so many people that they have employed, and there's so much shit that they have going on. And it's hard to keep track of, like, you know, how are people actually doing? How are the relationships, the working relationships with these people? Between, you know, executives and their subordinates, and you know, managers and their subordinates, all that kind of stuff. And it's not as oh man, what's the word? It's not as intimate, I suppose, is a good word. You know, it's anonymous. It's, you know, check this box for that, check that box for this, but that's just big company stuff. Small company stuff, you know, let's have a meeting. Let's discuss problems. Let's dedicate some time to this. Let's go one-on-one. Like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? You know, you have to have that relationship. You have to be together. You can't just be in a huge meeting boardroom with, you know, 20 of your subordinates, and you have all their papers in front of you, and you're just wondering, I wonder who wrote that. I wonder who wrote that, you know? And then you got to come up with a way to, you know, try and address these problems. And it's hard to. It's hard to, because you don't even know if those people on there are going to be 100% honest. But with a close, intimate, small company, they're very comfortable with each other. Their relationships are very good. It's easier to be open and honest with anybody, really, especially your boss, because that's who you want to be open and honest with. And that might just be it for today. All right, well, let me see. Got my handy dandy outline right here. Yes, lastly, I want to thank everybody else who has been doing the 90-day challenge along with me. You guys were the inspiration, really, for my not attempt at this, but me starting this. You know, I'm in day 5. It's much more than an attempt now. It's what I'm doing. So I want to really thank you for giving me the inspiration and the motivation for doing it. You guys know who you are. There's way too many to mention. Really, thank you. But I suppose on that note, signing off. Give it a like, give it a comment. I'd love to see what you guys think about this. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.